Imagine this, you file your marriage green card application and boom, you get approved in a matter of months. Sound like a dream, right? But is it real or just TikTok hype? Today we are breaking down the January 2nd, 2026 claim that marriage green card cases are now being approved faster and giving you the truth you need to plan your future. Welcome back to the channel. Hey everyone, I'm Fulu, and in this video we are doing a full breakdown of the latest immigration trends, processing times, official data and case reports regarding marriage-based green cards, especially the idea circulating online that 2026 is seeing faster approvals. This video will help you understand the timeline so that you can plan smart, avoid surprises and avoid misinformation. Let's go. Before we analyze the faster approval claim, let's be clear about what we are talking about. A marriage green card is the immigration benefit that allows the foreign spouse of the US citizen or lawful permanent resident green card holder to become a permanent resident of the United States. The process usually involves filing Form I-130 petition for alien relatives, filing Form I-485 adjustment of status if already in the US, biometrics appointment, an interview with USCIS, then final approval and green card issuance. Each step has its own timeline and can vary depending on where you live and your individual case. Now let's talk actual numbers, not rumors. Spouses of US citizens that are inside the US, average total time is about 10 to 14 months in 2026 according to immigration timelines. Spouses of US citizens abroad, that is consular processing, is around 13 to 17 months from start to finish. Spouses of green card holders can take significantly longer, often between 20 to 30 months depending on visa bulletin weights. So the average timeline for most marriage green card in early 2026 is still about 1 to 1.5 years. For spouses of the US citizens, that's not a sudden overnight acceleration. It's consistent with what many immigration law firms and policy trackers are reporting. So why are some people reporting faster approvals? That's a great question, and here is where nuance matters. The first is anecdotal cases don't equal overall policy change. Yes, some applicants on Reddit and elsewhere have reported wiggle of 3 to 4 month approvals or timelines where interviews and adjudications happened quickly. These individual cases exist and they show it can happen, but these are anecdotes, not broad statistics evidence that the entire system has speed up. Location and field office differences. USCIS field offices process cases at different speeds. Some offices in major cities like New York, Boston or Newark have recently processed certain cases faster based on their workload. That doesn't mean that national average suddenly dropped overnight. Document preparation and completeness cases with perfect documentation and absolutely no issue often go faster. Incomplete filings or RFEs, requests for evidence, can add months or even years of delay. The fourth thing is expedited requests. In rare cases, USCIS can expedite a case, but this requires urgent financial, medical or humanitarian reasons and is not a general policy that affects most applicants. Let's summarize what credible immigration sources say right now. USCIS has improved processing speed in some categories, but national average times haven't suddenly collapsed to weeks across the board. Some attorneys note local offices have processed cases in as little as under 6 months for certain applicants, but that's still exceptional rather than the norm. The system is still affected by backlogs, varying workloads and stricter vetting in some parts of the process. So the story is not as black and white as everything is suddenly faster in 2026. So now let's look at the truth behind the January 2nd, 2026 claim. Here is what we can accurately say about that TikTok screenshot video claim. Claim as of January 2nd, 2026, marriage green card cases are being approved faster. The reality is that there are individuals' reports and some local office improvements, but there is no official USCIS announcement or national policy stating that all marriage green card cases are now approved on a faster timeline. The numbers we have show processing time have been relatively stable or slightly improved in certain jurisdictions, but not universally. So yes, some cases are moving quickly, but it's not a guarantee across the board acceleration. That's an important distinction. Here is practical advice if you are in the middle of a marriage green card process or planning to file. The first thing you need to do is to submit a complete and well-organized application. Incomplete forms are a major cause of delays. Ensure every document is correct and every requirement is met. The second thing you need to do is to prepare for the interview with strong bona fide marriage evidence. Joint financial records, photos, lease and bills help build credibility. The third thing is track processing times for your local USCIS office. This can vary significantly from state to state. Then the fourth thing is avoid over-reliance on social media timelines. They don't replace official USCIS processing time tools or legal guidance. Then the fifth thing is consider legal help if needed. An immigration attorney can help navigate complex cases, especially if RFEs or complications arises. Let's bust some myths. One of the myths is everyone will get approved in a few months in 2026. That is false. Some do, many don't. Average still shows 10 months plus for most typical spouse cases. Then another myth is USCIS announced a policy to accelerate all green cards. No official broad policy statement exists. Changes are more localized and incremental. Another myth is if one person got approved fast, everyone will. That is very incorrect. Speed depends on many factors, including completeness of paperwork, field office workload, and even random case assignments. So in conclusion, the key takeaway here is some marriage green card cases are moving faster in certain locations and under certain conditions. Another thing is there is no official universal USCIS announcement that all marriage green card processing is dramatically shorter nationwide as of January 2026. Then typical timelines still range from about 10 to 17 months for most spouse cases, with longer waits for certain categories. Another thing is an anecdote of 3 to 6 month approvals do happen, but they are exceptions, not the rule. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.